What's up, kitten cats? Welcome back to my channel. Actually, wait. Rewind. We're rebranding. We're rebranding this. We are no longer the kitten cats. We've evolved. We've grown, right? You know, we've been around on this channel since 2015. It's time. We're now the danger kittens. Here's why. I saw this meme like a month or so ago, and I'm pulling it up. But it was like a real meme. A meme on Reels, not a real meme, like R-E-A-L, R-E-E-L. It goes, God has favorites, and it's people who get to boop danger kittens and not die. And it's basically people just booping jungle cats and calling them danger kittens. So I think that's the direction we're going. So what's up, danger kittens? Hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are. We're just gonna jump right into it and not dilly-dally. We're gonna go train up our body. I'm gonna try and get some clips today. I have not filmed a workout since at least June. And it's March, the end of March, no less. So we're gonna try and get into it, get back into filming that kind of stuff. Upper pull today, but we're doing an upper pull session today. So here we go. Alright, ladies and gentle friends, we are back from the gym. I feel really good after that session. Just a nice little, I'm in a metabolic training phase, so my sessions are really short, like 30, 45 minutes. Upper body's a little bit shorter than lower body, but even if my training phase changes, one thing that never changes is what I eat after my workout. We're making oatmeal, as always. I have started making it on a stovetop whenever I have the time. It just feels really luxurious and cozy to do it that way, and I just enjoy it. So I love oatmeal. It's nutritious and delicious, and it makes me happy. Find more foods if you're trying to like go about your health and fitness journey. Find more foods and meals that honor all three of those things: delicious, nutritious, and it brings you joy. Like, that is the key. That is the key to nourishment. So we are making this. Was that a Discord message? Yes, it was. Anyway. So that's what we're doing. We're making oatmeal. It's going to be delicious. What I'm going to do is I've been taking some of my Legion chocolate plant protein, and instead of just mixing it into the oats after they're done cooking, which you can do too, and that's totally fine, I've been making like a little, it's like a nice little drizzle of sorts that you can put on it. I don't know. It's just switches it up, keeps it spicy, keeps it fun. But we're cooking that up, and I'm going to watch a little YouTube video. That's what I do. That's kind of my like little personal moment for the day, is I eat my oatmeal and watch a little YouTube video. I know it's not great to watch TV while you eat, but that's like my one time a day when I get to do that. So that's what we're doing. What are we going to watch today? Ooh, Schmidt being Schmidt.
But I mean, can we just take a moment to celebrate me? I'm breathing in those fumes. You're not really taking the science. You're Sally. It's on. It's coughing. It's a volleyball term.
Not a big deal. I've seen Nick's stuff like a million times.
You have?
I mean, how? We grew up together. Locker rooms, swimming pools, penis fights. It just happens.
Why haven't I seen it?
Why do you want to see it?
He's my best friend.
Hello. So I just got out of the shower after the gym. to turn my music down so I don't get copyrighted. You know I love you guys when I turn my music down instead of blaring it to get ready, just so that I can talk to you. But I get a lot of makeup and beauty questions, so I'm just doing like a quick little something today. I like to do a little something, just makes me feel good, you know. I appreciate, I'm unpacking my bag for my trip. I appreciate and feel better when I'm like taking care of my presentation. And that doesn't mean it has to be like full glam every day, and it certainly does not mean that I'm comfortable or that I'm not comfortable without makeup. I love my bare face. Obviously, I wouldn't ever film it. But yeah, I just enjoy the process of getting ready, of adorning myself, of like doing my makeup, and just, you know, the transformation aspect of it, if you will. Right, Luna? Sorry, I'm literally unpacking my makeup bag for my trip. So yeah. This will just be quick. I don't want anything crazy today. I also have a podcast to record in 45 minutes, so I need to get ready and do my makeup and all of that stuff relatively quickly. Sadly, I believe this Becca product is discontinued because I think Becca is like gone. Which is sad. Just taking some NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer under the eyes, and then kind of like on the outer corner of the eyes. I don't like doing full concealer like under my whole eye anymore. I think it just looks too much, like the amount of contrast between like the concealer and foundation. I don't like it, so I don't do it anymore. I'm just kind of patting that out. Just kind of taking the leftover product and swiping it on my eyelids. And then I'm taking my Anastasia Brow Freeze. This is the only brow pomade that like legit gets my eyebrows to stick up. So this is my go-to. Luna, you are literally making so much noise. I don't know if you guys can hear her back there, but she is like going to town on herself, and that's actually one of my least favorite sounds in the whole world. But anyway, so I just put a little bit of that on my eyebrows, and I brush it up with a little spoolie. And then I'm gonna take, okay, so I recently discovered this new NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I am the shade Sahel, or Sahel, or Sahel, or I don't know how to say it. I think it's Sahel. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm just gonna take some of that on the back of my hand. I probably need a little bit more. And just kind of tap it on a couple areas of my face before I blend it in. Yeah. And then we will just blend her in like little circular motions. It's just a really nice finish foundation. I don't like a matte finish these days. I know 2016 was very like matte finish, full coverage, lashes every day. That's just not my journey anymore. I cannot fathom doing that anymore. Like, definitely not every day. I barely even do that to like go out anymore. I mean, granted, I don't really go out that much. Yeah, that just sounds like too much in not a good way. If that's you though, if that's your journey, I love that for you. It's just not mine. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna take some of this Glossier Cloud Paint in the color Dusk. This is such a beautiful blush, and you can use it on your lips too. I have definitely done that. And then I'm gonna put it up a little higher than you would think, just because when I blend it, it's gonna come down a little bit. A little bit on the nose, and then oop, oop, oop. Perfect. And then I'm clearly not a purist if I'm using the same brush to blend my foundation and my blush. I just always do it in that order. Like, if there's blush on it, I am no longer blending my foundation with it. If there's like bronzer on it, I'm no longer blending my blush with it, you know. There are some rules. We're not completely unhinged yet. And then I'm just gonna take some of this Milk bronzer and bronze myself. It's really not precise anymore. It's just, we're getting it where we generally want it, and then we blend it. And And that's how that story goes. Well, this is literally about to be like 5-minute makeup. Almost. It'll probably be like 7. Okay. This is just some of the NARS Super Radiant Booster. I don't know if they make this anymore. But I love it for like nice little... the satisfaction I feel. Wow. I'm aroused. Not really. Wish I was, but you know, it's rough out here. It's been a dry season. It's been a dry 3 years. Anyway, let me just tap it in. Just tap it in. I'm gonna set some of the areas where I'm more prone to some oiliness or some unwanted shininess, and also areas that like high traffic areas, like I'm about to put on mascara, so I don't want it to bleed onto my under eye. Just take some of my Ilia, I think this is called Soft Focus Powder, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's just the Ilia powder with the pink lid. Taking my Anastasia brow pen and just kind of filling in some of the areas to make it a little more complete. As you can see, I have some more tattoos. Really happy about it. Really loving that for me. Alright. And we'll put on a little setting spray. I always put on my setting spray before mascara. It's just a thing that I do. I'm about to need more setting spray because that one is almost gone. Also, I figure I should inform you all. Also, this is the Tarte Maneater mascara. But I am looking, well, a couple things. If I say this on the internet, then it has to be real, right? But no, I actually might have to hold myself accountable to it. But I'm actually thinking about moving. So that's exciting. It would be away from Ohio. But I've just been kind of starting to feel like it's time. I had been starting to feel like it's time back in like October and November, but then life happened, specifically my mental health happened, and I was just trying to stay afloat and also run a business. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna put a bookmark in that thought for a while until we're ready to be a person again. So I'm a person again. Wow. It's like in Fired Up. I'm a person. If you've not watched Fired Up, that's probably my #1 reference movie on this channel, and that is your homework. That is your assignment, is to watch Fired Up this weekend. But I'm starting to feel more like a person, and I have also noticed, and you know, I'm never one to let my environment dictate my internal state, right? Because I'm responsible for my internal state, and the same applies to all of us. But I notice when I'm not here in Ohio, my energy shifts in a positive direction. Not everywhere, but in, you know, a handful of places. And that's not to be like resorting to escapism or anything like that, but it's similar to how I started to feel when I knew it was time for me to leave Louisville. My energy was not at its full expression there, and I felt like I was kind of trapped, and that continuing to be there would continue to do the opposite of foster growth. And when I left, it was hard, but it was one of the best things I did. Just like how when I moved to Louisville, it was one of the best things that I did. I'm really keen to the energy shifts that I feel like within myself. And so when I noticed that, you know, hey, when you go such and such place or such and such place versus being at home, like, and how different you feel in a positive way, and in a really aligned and authentic way. It's not like I'm becoming a completely different person. It's just like who I am gets to be amplified. Yeah, I've just started to notice that, and I'm very intuitive in that way, and I notice those things. And so it's really hard for me to make that decision just because I love being near my family and having my family, and I know it's going to break like my parents' hearts, which is really hard. And that would mean I'm not going to be around my niece anymore as regularly. Obviously, I would still like come home. Yeah, that's just been something that I've been like feeling lately, is that kind of bubbling up. So that's something that may be taking place here soon. And then also I am looking to start bringing on some people to help with content creation for the channel, for Instagram, for the podcast. Just trying to like level things up. Now, obviously, a wrench would be thrown in things if I bring on a videographer here and then I move, but you know, such is life. Yeah, but yeah, trying to up the content quality of what I'm doing and also just take some things off of my plate, just so that I can do what I love and do what I'm best at. And just like with EDF, I've been, you know, I have the opportunity, I get to make the choice to, I am choosing to, all of the things. You don't want to say have to, right? Have to is not positive. The connotations that come along with that are not like empowering in my opinion. So I get to step more into my CEO role and, you know, I'm really focusing this year on working more in my business than on it. And building out a team has given me the opportunity to do that, but it's also created the necessity for me to do that. So it's a really interesting dynamic. But I'm excited. So the more things that I can take off of my plate to help, you know, me do what I do best and what I need to do better, that's a win. So that's that. Going to adorn myself with the rings. We got a bunch of these in Austin while I was there this last week. We went to Missouri and decisions were made. Things were purchased. That's also where this little chain is from. And that's where my bracelet that I'm going to put on is from. All sorts of things. So there's that. And let me get dressed really quick. Oh, so also here's my face. You see. It's just really natural and really simple. Like, nothing crazy. And it was, yeah, like 10 minutes. So, be right back. Okay, I just put on this little black silky top from Aritzia and some comfy jeans from H&M and my slippers because I work from home. But I just wanted to feel like loose and free today, you know what I mean? But also like all black. So just a little simple, nothing crazy. I'm going to set up the podcast equipment. I'll just grab this. It was blurry, so I decided to redo it. But I'm podcasting with one of my employees, Katie Collins. She was actually the first coach that I brought on with EDF when I started building up my team. And she is truly the living embodiment of everything that EDF means. I'm actually going to put this. And why would I hold this when I don't have to, right? But she is truly the embodiment of what EDF means. So she is somebody that she not only coaches with science and with heart, but she is somebody that she walks the mother effing walk. Whether that's, you know, being in a tough season, you know, where you're not necessarily able to pursue exactly what you want because you need to work on your health first. That's something that the majority of our clients come to us needing to do. She has walked that walk. And then she has also been in the seasons afterwards where it's like, hey, now I am reaping the rewards of the work that I put in and the uncomfortable work that I did and the uncomfortable season that I had. And now I'm shining because of it. She's truly just, again, an exemplar of everything that EDF stands for. She's also one of just the truly most grateful people I have ever encountered in my life. Anytime, like, we send like gifts to the team or anytime like, you know, I tell her something that she's done well or like offer her praise or whatever, she is just so grateful. She is so grateful and she just has the best heart in all aspects. So we're going to record a podcast today. It's long overdue. So you guys will have to check that out when it's out. I'm going to make myself a matcha, take one outside real quick and then get set to record. Alright you guys, we are going to start wrapping up the video here just because as I was editing, it was already getting close to the 20-minute mark, which I try to keep videos like a reasonable length. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed our little chit chat, our little get ready with me. If you have any questions about products, leave them in the comments. If you have any products that you're currently loving for a more natural look, I'm here to experiment. And if you have any products that you're really curious about and you want to see like an honest opinion or review of, leave those in the comments too. But I actually, today is Sunday, I have a meeting with one of the potential videographers from here in Columbus at 2 o'clock. So I know we talked about just bringing some higher quality content to the channel, so we'll hope that goes well. But that is it today. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Love you, Danger Kittens!